Greetings. In a survival situation, a crisis, you may need water. Very important to drink water. Uh, the water supply may be out there, maybe a draft, or maybe not a draft, or whatever, but the taps are out, right? Or you haven't got a home to live in. There's ways of getting water if it's around. You go to the local park. A lot of places in Melbourne and possibly Victoria and possibly all the way through Cairns and around Australia got water taps. The government's got water taps where you can get water where it's been filtered and it's been purified by tablets, some tablets, and it's good for drinking. Don't know about overseas, but above that saying, you can also go in people's taps. People got taps at the back around here. You need water, they're not going to say anything, you just say you give them a bit of water, or ask them or something like that if you can have some water. Most people will say yes. The bad news will be they'll say no, that's okay, you move on to another house, get water like that, okay. You should ask people to give you a drink of water, okay. You can get it from places like McDonald's. In a crisis situation, they provide free water. Don't know if they still do it, but they did it at one stage when there was fire here. Okay, but here in this subject is you got no water, you're out. You're in the bush or wherever you are, taps are not working. Okay, but there's water in lakes, in places where you can get it elsewhere, in rivers, wherever. The water is dirty. You've got to filter it, and then you've got to purify it. Okay, and this is how you do it. You got a cup, for example. This can be a bucket if you want more water, right? And you've got a container. It can be any container. It can be a container like this. It can be a proper container. It could be a bucket, whatever. It can be many buckets if you're going to filter a lot of water and purify it. It could be just one of these if you're going to do just for the day, okay. So you got your water here, okay. You collect it from the river or the lake or something. It's very disgusting, it's dirty, you can't drink that, they'll kill you, okay. So what you do is you get a cloth. This can be a jumper, woolen or cotton. It can be a jumper, or it can be this is really nice for filtering. You may fold it a couple of times, okay, and put it over the cup, okay. This will be your filter. You then get the water and pour it in here until it fills, okay. You then make sure the water's all in there, okay. And when you get a full cup, say you want just a cup, it's just a cup. If you want, you might have to do a whole bucket for the day, if you want it for the day, or a whole barrel for the week or whatever. But it's the same principle, okay. This is the easiest way, and this will be filtered. Although the water is very, very dirty, so you may have to do this over and over again to a new part of the cloth. Move the cloth around. You don't have to move it, but it's best to do so until you get crystal clear water. You will see it. It will be crystal clear, not a little bit of brown. It's got to be crystal clear. That will be crystal clear. Although I forgot to mention, before you collect the water, if there's enough water there, it's not really low. You collect it from the top, because if you go at the bottom, that's where the big mud and the dirt is. It sinks in most cases. So you'll get it from the top. You've got the water supply here in the river. You get it from the top of it, where it's more cleaner than the bottom. It's still dirty, but it's 90% cleaner, maybe 99% cleaner. But it'll still be very dirty in most cases. So you will filter it out. After that, you will filter it out a number of times with the rag. This is still not drinkable. It's filtered but not purified. So once it's crystal clear is filtered. Okay, so you put it up there, pour it, and you may do it the first time, and then you pour it into a bucket. So I'll explain it a little bit better. Then you get the bucket, put the filter again, and do it again, the same water, and put it in the same bucket. Keep doing that a number of times. You then refill it with the bottle, do it again, over and over again with another bucket, and transfer it to that bucket until you get a full bucket load. It's the easiest way of filtering water. The most important thing is to filter it first. That's where most of the diseases and most of the stuff is. But it still has to be purified. So what you do when you purify it is you boil it. So you've collected maybe, a reasonable cup or a bucket load of water or whatever amount of water. And now you've got to boil it. So you boil it. Once it goes bubbly, the water, you let it boil for 3 minutes is the general rule. Although I would put it for about 5 minutes. Keep it to the boil. After that, it's drinkable. Okay. You can drink it warm, hot, or you can just let it cool off and then put it in the fridge and have it cold or whatever. This will get rid of 99% of bacteria. Most of the bacteria that's out there. There is one that it doesn't get rid of, and that's very rare that you have that problem. Not very rare, but it depends where you get the water from. They can make you very sick, and you can also, in rare cases, can kill you. Although it's very rare. In a survival situation, you might have to do that. What I recommend is having some white tablets. I think they're white. I'm not sure what colour is. I don't need to use them because I've got water supply here from the government that he puts it into the taps. So find out what that medicine is, and once you filter it and purify it, you put the tablet in there, and that will get rid of every bacteria there, the bad ones, that is, the bad bacteria, including the one that doesn't get rid of by boiling. Okay, but it's best to boil it first and put the pill in, and you're set. And that's how you filter and purify water. There are other ways of doing it. For example, you might get a pair of trousers, suits, the suit kind, okay, and hang it up on a tree, legs down, and like as if you're dressing up someone and stuff like that, and tie the legs. Sorry, let's begin this again. You make it the trousers and put one leg in the other one, right? The trousers, and then tie it as you hang it up, okay? Now what you do is you put a bucket underneath, you tie it properly, put a bucket underneath and pour the dirty water in there. You may filter it first with something like this before you do this. You may put a lot of water here. You've got a whole trousers full of water, okay? And then you just, meanwhile, while you're doing this, you will heat up some rocks. Heat them up. Clean them first and heat them up properly. It'll be good, okay? And then you put the hot rocks into the water until it comes to boil for about 3 minutes or 5 minutes, boiling up. Okay, as this is happening, you will collect the water underneath from the thing. You've got to know how to tie it properly so it doesn't drip. Okay, and then when you want it to drip, you've got to loosen it so it can drip slowly into the bucket. And collect your buckets because there'll be more than one bucket there. So you collect your buckets, and you've got drinking water.
How long will it take? Within 3 days, 3 weeks?
What's that, brother?
How long will it take to get the water? 3 days, 3 weeks?
Yeah. Yes, Con. Okay, another way is, I'm not sure about this type of bottle, but bottles like this, for example, which ones are they again? The drinkable bottles there in the store. This is not recommended to do. This is only done in a very emergency, very high emergency where you got no other option. You collect your water. I'm not sure about this particular container, but containers similar to this, like the ones that you drink, like Coca-Cola bottles and that, okay? And you fill it up to water, to the top. It has to be right to the top, right to the edge there, not down. Because if it's down, this will burn. You put it right to the top there, okay? Now, before you do this, I've got to explain how this works, right? You've got your container, and you put grass here, about this much. You cut it in half, sorry. You cut it in half. Yeah, a container like this will work, I just remembered. Okay, you cut it in half, right? You use both halves, okay? So you put this half here, and you fill it up to about here with grass. Then you will put stones and rocks, and you put what are other stuff? There's certain things that you put up on the top as well. I forgot what that is. Find out, but it doesn't really matter as long as it's got filter there. Okay, you can actually put one of these in here. Okay, all right. And what you do is you just pour this into this part. You close the lid and pour it into this part. Okay, until it filters out. You put it into a bucket and you repeat the circle over and over again until you get clear water. You can use the cup method with this and this instead of the rocks, and I'm not sure what type of rocks and stuff like this has to be put here, but you can do it, you can look it up, but you can just use something like this, right, and just collect the water, and say you have nothing else to use, you will use this and pour it in here. So, hang on a minute. You'll pour it in this part, in this half, okay? Alright, and this half is where you filter it. And when it's poured in this half, it has to be right to the top where it's cut, the water, right to the top. You then put that into the fireplace and boil it. You will not burn this unless it's below the water. It will burn the edge. It's going to be right to the top. Let it boil up and it's be filtered and also purified. You then have to use white tablets if you got them around. Okay, if you haven't got them and you've got another choice, you will still drink it once it's filtered and purified. But if you got the white tablets, I recommend you use them. If you haven't and you've got nothing else to drink, I would drink it like that, filtered and purified, because you'll die if you don't. Catch the problem with the bacteria, it's just a chance you have to take.
You don't drift from the river, it's malaria.
Yeah, malaria, that's correct, Con, yeah. Okay, there's a chance you have to take.
Mosquito larvae.
Yeah, Con.
Mosquito larvae, malaria.
Yeah, that's correct, malaria is what you can get. You know, you will take the chance, and if you do catch it, malaria or whatever is there, you still stand a chance of survival, a fair bit of chance of survival. There's a rare chance that it can kill you, a big chance it can get you sick. Sometimes you may not even get you sick. Okay, thanks for watching. Yeah, so it's only going to get you sick if you haven't got the white tablet, and if the problem is in the water there, malaria is in the water, okay? And only if you catch it. See ya, thank you. Hang on a minute, Con. Okay, so continuing, I forgot to mention that once you boil this up, the water, in a container like this is toxic, it's poison. It's not going to kill you straight away. It's going to help you survive for long term, and only used in a very strict emergency, when you've got nothing to filter it and purify it and all this, and you've got no other choice. Don't use it any other time, because it can kill you Don't know if it will, but it can kill you in many years to come. Not straight away, but many years to come. But you'll survive for a long time to come yet. Doing it this way then is better than dying straight away, right? So it's only on an emergency to boil the water this way. To filter it and purify it, it's safe as, alright? Um, but just to boil it up on this thing, because this is toxic, okay? So, thank you for listening.